There's a new group of American politicians, former entertainers, movie stars, and businessmen. Over the past decade, they have exchanged their lives of fame and fortune for the governor's mansion, a few Senate seats, and in the case of Donald Trump, the White House. In Illinois, the current governor is Democrat J.B. Pritzker, whose family owns the Hyatt hotel chain and ran on a platform of bringing a businessman's approach to the State House. The state's problems have largely gotten worse since his election in 2018. Second highest property taxes in the nation. Crime is soaring in Chicago. 122,000 people left the state, left the state in 2021. It's the most in history. The state's got $139 billion in public pension debt. Now, another famous Chicagoan wants to take him on. Longtime radio host Erich Mancow Muller, peaceful warrior, is with us now. You're serious about this?
First of all, I got to talk about the hair. Your hair is so big.
That's not going to. It doesn't work on a campaign commercial.
Okay.
You're serious. Okay, you're serious about this.
I am serious. I have decided I want to be the captain of the Titanic. Sign me up. Yeah.
So you're running as a Republican. Now, we got to get basics here.
Well, I'm running as an independent.
You're going to run as an independent.
I went to the Republican Party. That's a whole other story. I mean, that's a whole other show.
So is you're running as independent? Does that mean there's a primary that you got to go through?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, but you know, Republican.
It might be something you should figure out.
No, but this guy Griffin is running is a Democrat. He's gonna be the front runner probably.
Well, Ken Griffin, the billionaire, he's going to fund a Republican to take on Pritzker.
Well, the guy's not a Republican.
Right, but hold it. So you're running as independent.
The point is, you buy your way in, brother. You buy your way in.
You're running as independent.
Yes.
Is the ballot going to say like Mancow, or is it going to be Erich Mancow Muller? Because you can't have a nickname on there.
You know, you can?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would be fine with the Mancow or, I don't know. Yeah, probably Erich Mancow Muller.
Erich Mancow Muller.
We're going to be on the ballot, and we'll be under independent.
Under independent.
Because I'm not willing to sell my soul.
You say it's the Titanic, which is it's a great way to describe the state you want to run, but here you go. Illinois ranks 23rd in health, 11th in education, 39th in economy, 26th in infrastructure, 12th in opportunity, 50th, dead last in fiscal stability, crime, 16th, although you have to imagine there's a lot of places that are safer than Chicago right now. Natural environment, 43. Top issues for you, and how are you going to change those rankings?
Another answer you won't like. You know, these guys, look, I spoke with all of them. I got many of them elected over the years, Leland. And they do nothing, except they're busy all the time making new laws, putting new cameras, finding new ways to steal from us. And what I want to do is leave people alone. I don't want to come on for 2 hours a day and talk during the soap opera. I want to roll back gas taxes. I want to cut those in half. I want to do school choice for sure. Teachers don't want to go to work. They want more money all the time, but they don't want to go to work.
Do you think you can take on the teachers' unions?
Yeah, as governor, I think I can. My kids are going to do 2 days of school next week. 2 days. It's a joke. These public schools are a joke. And they prepare you for, well, I don't know, I guess servitude.
What about, and I'm going through some of Mancow's greatest hits, one of them was being buried alive.
That's where I met my wife. Yeah.
Great things come from being buried alive or being waterboarded.
Yeah.
What about those prepares you for being or qualifies you to be governor?
Well, I mean, look, there I am being waterboarded and took a lot of heat for that.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to prove that it wasn't torture. And I proved that it was torture. However, if it would save Americans, I said I didn't care. That's when I was frozen alive. You know, look, these were radio stunts. It's like pulling 5 seconds from a Mel Brooks movie and saying, should you be judged from that? Okay. What I will tell you is I have a restaurant in Chicago called Marchesa. I had car dealerships. I've had businesses. J.B. Pritzker never built a business. He inherited one. Look, I'm going against a guy with endless billions of dollars. This guy you mentioned, hold on, this guy you mentioned, $350 million he's going to put into it. Right. I have about 2 nickels to rub together.
So you've got, here's how the race is going to lay out. You've got J.B. Pritzker, who's the current governor. He's got billions, literally, of family money, as you point out, made it the old-fashioned way. He inherited it. Then you've got Ken Griffin, the hedge fund guy who built a huge empire. You can't deny him that. But he is going to fund the Republican. You're running as the independent. These guys, for obvious reasons, are going to do opposition research. You get a little traction. All of a sudden, they're going to find a lot on you. In 10 minutes, this is one of the things we found. Going to play it and get your reaction.
Okay.
And you know what? I like fat Oprah. I like fat Oprah. I like the crack-smoking, Twinkie-downing Oprah. I did. I liked the big fat Oprah. I liked her when she was just, and she had transvestites and hookers and people that had sex with animals and that show, and it was great. And then she got thin and decided she was going to be nice, and now her show sucks, and now I've moved over to Fat Ricky.
It almost seemed like you liked it the second time.
I was so young. You look, I don't know who that guy is. I mean, I know who it is. I recognize him. Good-looking young guy. I want to play. I want to find. I want to record. I want to go back to Leland Vittert 30 years ago. That's 30 years old. I want to go 30 years in the past, and I want to record you for 5 hours a day, unscripted, 5 hours a day, and then play.
I was 10.
20 seconds.
I know. I was okay. I was 10 years old.
You weren't even born 30 years ago.
And I liked mint chocolate chip ice cream. But anyway.
And Leland.
But hold on.
Yes.
This is a serious question.
Yeah.
And you and I have had a lot of fun here, and we're glad you're here. But if you're serious about running for governor, that ad's going to play. There's going to be a couple lines there. I liked Fat Oprah. I liked Fat Oprah. And Twinkie Downing Oprah.
You know what?
And then, hold on. And
I
then
did like Fat Oprah.
And then they're gonna say, "Is this who you want running Illinois?"
Yeah. Well, of course, it's propaganda. The commies are good at the propaganda. I'm sure there's going to be all kinds of propaganda. As far as skeletons in my closet, I've got a graveyard. I get it. But as a father, as a business owner, and I have a huge audience, I assume they still like me, that spent many years with me.
Yeah.
I could do something. I could say something. I could get the word freedom out, which is something that isn't taught anymore. Freedom. I don't want the fame. I've had it. I've been stuffed with it. I don't need my ego fed. EGO, edge got out. What I do want is people to have some freedom, to not have their, we've been in prison for 2 years. Who gave anybody a right to imprison us?
You're a big fan of Donald Trump, who obviously has a very colorful past as well. Does his election in 2016 mean somebody with your past has an equally good shot?
Look, I like a lot of what he did. I don't like a lot of it.
Fair enough.
And this idea that we're all Republican or Democrat, that, this is a new thing. This is a new thing in our country. I saw it evolve as I was doing my radio show. You're either right or you're a communist. Look, I would run the state for everybody. These gas prices, these empty store shelves, this hurts everybody. Again, it's not about my ego. I want to help everybody.
Mancow, you're pro, so you'll understand what I'm about to do.
Okay.
More with Mancow after the break.
Let's go.
Back with Mancow, who just announced for governor of Illinois as an independent. It's a deep blue state. Being an independent might help you. What's your first campaign event?
This is my first stop. My second campaign event is tomorrow. I'm going to do an hour on WGN. And then from there, I've got some other TV and that kind of thing.
But are you going to actually try to put together going around the state and talking to folks? Or is this going to be just social media? You got a big Instagram following? What's the plan?
I have a big following. That's not really I did radio until the end of the year before last. So I'm kind of old-fashioned that way. But, we're gonna campaign for sure.
Is there, you said freedom earlier.
Yes.
Is there an overarching theme of a way to fix the state? Because you can't just let everybody run rampant here. There's a lot of problems in this state that you actually got to fix.
Do you realize what you ran before I came on? I should be elected right there. We don't have a two-party system. As I said, we have the Globetrotters versus the Generals. It's like when Hulk Hogan would fight the Brooklyn Brawler. I wonder who's going to win. The Republicans here are an extension of the Democratic Party. This is a good old boy system where you and I are the losers. People are dying. Where there's no vision, people perish. Yeah, my plan is to pull everything back, leave people alone, let you work and keep your own money. How about that?
So this is more libertarian. But look, you cut taxes in Illinois, the fiscal situation only gets worse.
That's a lie. That's a lie. I'm going to get rid of the red light cameras. I'll get rid of the toll booths. Another lie they told us. The toll booths were just to pay for the roads. And then we'll take another lie. We're lied to constantly. When they come to you and talk about the children, you're either going to lose a freedom, you're going to lose more money, or something else bad is about to happen to you. We've been lied to and lied to. I talk about having this restaurant downtown. I'm afraid to bring my own children here, brother. You talk to anyone around the world, and what do they think of Chicago? There's a bloodbath going on. Look at the numbers of deaths. Look at the numbers you put up of the exodus. What I would do is end the great Illinois exodus. I would encourage people to keep their own money and come home.
How are you going to do it, though?
The prodigal son. I'll tell you what I'm going to do is I got a guy named Larry Saldinger who runs the biggest accounting firm in the world, or one of the biggest, one of the best. You're writing his name down. You can look him up. But brother, Leland, when you leave here tonight, okay, I want you to look at every window with a light in it and realize they're paying what you're paying. And think about what you're paying. At one time, I was paying $45,000 a year in property tax. Realize every light in Chicago, there's a person or there's a family there, and they're all paying what you and I pay. And they say there's not enough money. Why? Because we're being robbed, brother. We're being robbed.
Well, they don't call it the Windy City here for nothing, and it's not because of the wind off the lake.
That's right.
Mancow Muller's running for governor of Illinois. It's going to be an adventure.
Freedom.
We're glad it began here. We'll see you along the trail, all right?
I'll be here. I'll be here. Thank you, brother.
We're coming on the trail with you every once in a while. Thanks for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.